You can hear us?
Oh,
okay. It says you're muted us, so we didn't know if you were unmuting us.
I just unmuted you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation. So the first, what did you want to talk about first? What NRF is? Nrf1 is, NRF stands for Nuclear Respiratory Factor 1. It is actually a,
So
what is Nrf1? Okay.
And then the science.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nrf1 is a transcription factor. That's a fancy word for a protein that binds somewhere on the DNA molecule to activate or deactivate a gene. And a gene is just a cluster of information on the DNA that tells you what to do. It tells you you're gonna create more mitochondria, or you're gonna activate some other aspects that have to do with mitochondrial health or something like that. So that's what Nrf1, our product, Nrf1 activates these transcription factors, and it actually binds to the DNA, to the mitochondria DNA, and tells it what it needs to do. And it can either tell it to, we need more mitochondria because we don't have enough in this cell. It regulates the metabolic genes that have to do with mitochondria. So it's all on the genetic level. You know, so it's required for respiration to have the right components to allow for ATP production. It's required for making more mitochondria, so mitochondrial biogenesis. And that's basically what Nrf1 does. It activates or regulates these metabolic genes for a better functioning mitochondria.
And the second question on the agenda was the science behind Nrf1.
Yeah, so that's a little arbitrary. If I understand it correctly, is why did we develop this Nrf1 product, basically? I don't know if that's the question that you wanted, Pam? Can you hear me, Pam?
Yes.
Okay, is that it? So it's a big question, so I wasn't quite sure how you wanted to approach that question. Is it just why did we develop it, or?
So people want to know what actually is Nrf1, what is the science behind it? So you know, what, just in a nutshell, what the product does for our body, how it synergizes with Nrf2.
Okay.
And yeah, why the importance of why should we all be on an Nrf1? Because I think there's a lot of people, and I may be wrong, that believe they don't actually need it when they're taking Nrf2. So, you know, what is, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so Nrf2 actually creates our antioxidants that fight the oxidative stress that our cells produce just through a process called respiration, which means we're using, our cells are basically producing ATP with oxygen as an end product, or an oxygen radical and other antioxidants as an end product. That's respiration, and we need that to produce energy, ATP. That's Nrf2. But in the meantime, we have all these components in the mitochondria, and this happens in the mitochondria. We have all these components in the mitochondria that are bound together, molecules, proteins, that further this Nrf2 process to generate ATP and cellular health. So, but in order for this to function, we have to have a machinery that tells the mitochondria, you need these proteins you need to create these proteins in order to produce ATP. So if we can't, and in the meantime, we're getting gunk in the cell, because the mitochondria, if you think about it, is a cell within a cell. So a mitochondria itself has its own DNA, it has its own mechanism, just like our normal cells do as well, correct? So So you have to look at the mitochondria as its own little cell within a cell. That's the evolution of a mitochondria. So in order for this cell to function, we need to upregulate or activate genes or deactivate genes so that we produce the correct building blocks for Nrf2 to function properly. Does that make sense? Or did it make it more complicated? So
Can you say that again, please?
So we need so a mitochondria is a cell within a cell. That's the evolution of mitochondria. So, and the mitochondria, its end production is energy. So we want this whole machinery to work perfectly, right? Without the mitochondria, we all die. Mitochondria are essential. And so Nrf2 but in the process of producing ATP, we generate free radicals, ROSs. But the mitochondria has machinery in place by Nrf2 to counteract these antioxidants, these radical oxidant species called antioxidants. So we produce SOD, we produce catalase through the Nrf2 machinery. Now, this machinery needs to work as best as it can. And that's where Nrf1 comes in, because it tells the DNA within the mitochondria to either, okay, we're low in this protein to help this process out, so therefore I'm going to tell the DNA to make more, right? Or this mitochondria doesn't work 100% anymore. I'm going to tell my mitochondria to split up and make 2 mitochondria. So that's called mitochondrial biogenesis. Or it's going to tell the mitochondria, we have too much gunk, too much blocking all our signals that are happening in here. Therefore, I'm going to tell the mitochondrial DNA through Nrf1 that I need to clean up my mitochondria. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Therefore, you really should be taking Nrf1 and Nrf2 together. Because if your machinery isn't working and you're not producing the right parts to your mitochondria function or its purpose, then, you know, the Nrf2 is not gonna work as great as it could be.
Is everyone understanding that? Is that in clear enough terms? If you can put a thumbs up, or if you need more clarification, because it's really important that you're all really clear on the mechanisms of this, so that you can go out and share it with other people.
Yes.
Tammy, based on that, could I ask, so if you don't take Nrf1, can Nrf2 still be as effective or not?
It all depends on how healthy you are in the first place. So muscle cells have more so each cell, except red blood cells, have mitochondria. So, but they don't, so there's not just one mitochondria per cell, there's lots and lots and lots and lots of mitochondria per cell in your body. Now, muscle cells have more mitochondria than, for example, a kidney cell. And your heart cells has more mitochondria per cell, because when you think about it, for your heart to pump the way it does, it's going to need lots and lots and lots of energy. And for your muscles to keep you upright, you're going to need lots and lots and lots and lots of energy, correct? So you're going to have more mitochondria so every cell, or say muscle cells, or liver cells, or brain cells, or heart cells, or cardiovascular, your endothelial cells or your skin cells, they're all going to have different amounts of mitochondria per cell.
So Christina, if we were to tell someone that we're sharing about the product, okay, in a nutshell, in sort of maybe one sentence, how is Nrf1 going to help us? How would we talk in layman's terms and tell them because a lot of people, I mean, we're all in the wellness industry. We understand mitochondria talk. So many of our people that we talk to haven't been, opened up to that world. How would we say in a very short way what this product is going to do for them?
So Nrf1 will activate a protein that will tell the genes in the mitochondria to either produce more mitochondria or to clean up the mitochondria.
Can I take a stab at this?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Tara, jump in.
Hi guys. Because I've been training this for 3 years, I was at the launch and had a unique, opportunity to be here when Dr. Chevreau was explaining it. So the #1 cause of aging and disease is oxidative stress, right? Well, our scientists after 13 years said, well, what's the #2 cause? The way I explain it to people is the #2 cause, or one of the most significant causes of aging and disease, is mitochondria breaking down over time, getting either destroyed or damaged. They're not producing as much energy. You have 37 trillion cells in your body, and every single one of them has mitochondria. Some have up to 100,000, like an ovary cell has up to 100,000. And every one of them is getting destroyed by their very own output, which is free radicals. Now, mitochondria do actually produce some of its own antioxidants to help mitigate the damage. But the environment that we're in today, the damage is overwhelming. And it is leading to, like she said, heart disease, because your heart is a muscle, and muscle has a lot of mitochondria, as well as your brain and your liver and your heart. And so when you look at the history of disease, the #1 cause of the United States, I'm not sure if it is in Australia yet, is heart disease. That is #1. And this is one of the major contributing causes of heart disease, as well as brain things like Alzheimer's, because the mitochondria are more dense in those areas. So we have to keep them healthy in order to keep the whole body functioning. Without energy, you have nothing.
Tara, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful, easy explanation for distributors to understand. My concern there is disease, and I don't want the distributors to go into the market and talk about, disease and heart and all that. So can you say that again, but in a way that it's compliant? Because it's good for us to really understand what it does to the body, but we've got to be careful when we share that it stays compliant. So how would you share that in a compliant way?
Well, I know that, I don't know if you guys have a PowerPoint slide, but ours from corporate actually talks about it strengthening brain and cardiovascular systems. In the US, that's actually compliant. And, but what I just say is the 4 most important areas of your health, your brain, your heart, your liver, and your muscle, has the most mitochondria. And these things have the most impact on your overall health, right? And so this is strengthening the energy in the areas that are the most, there's a lot. I agree. In the areas that are most relevant to your overall health, like your heart, like your brain. Your liver has like thousands and thousands of functions, right? All day. An analogy I like to use is, if you had a car with 4 flat tires, you wouldn't just fix one. Well, there are a lot of major contributing factors to aging and disease, and this is one of the most significant. And your body has CoQ10, but CoQ10, anybody over the age of 40 and anybody on statins for cholesterol should be taking CoQ10 because it depletes it. And CoQ10 is vital for mitochondrial health. And mitochondria, by the way, is a bacteria that we evolved with. It's its own, everybody but a bacteria has mitochondria in it. So it's a symbiotic relationship. We give it food and air, it gives us energy. I like to tell people, this is one of my power statements in the presentation, is you have 37 trillion cells. Every one of them has mitochondria. Put it this way, if they all stopped working right now, you would drop dead. You have to keep them healthy. They communicate. You have to keep them repaired, and you have to keep them producing optimal energy for your brain, your heart, your liver, and your muscles. And keeping those healthy, obviously, is going to keep your cardiovascular system healthy, your brain healthy. So we can eliminate the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and all that. Because if you say brain health, I think people kind of already connect the dots there. Cardiovascular, people know heart disease, right?
Yeah,
So
those are legal claims in the US. In Australia, I think I think we can only say that it works on the cellular level to enhance energy levels. That's the only legal thing we can say in Australia. So we have to be a little careful with, you know, I see where you're coming from. On the FDA is a little bit more lenient on what we can say, but Australia, TGA is pretty tight on what we can say. So, you know, we can say enhances energy levels at times, beneficial during times of stress, aids in the assistance in the maintenance or improvement of general well-being. And then behind closed doors, you could probably expand a little bit on that in Australia. So we have to be careful when we talk about diseases. We are not allowed to mention diseases, even not in Australia. So, but you're right, you know, in the, you know, that's the difference between the US and Australia. So you're on the right path, but I think Australia is even tighter than here in the US.
Yeah,
We definitely are with our TGA.
Yeah, but if you just say that Nrf1 activates transcription factors that upregulate or downregulate gene expression in the mitochondria to make it work better or make more mitochondria, and therefore Nrf2, when it comes in, it can function better, and we can produce more antioxidants because, you know, like you said, we do create oxidative stress every time we breathe and every time we walk and every time we eat, every time we lift our arms, we create oxidative stress. And it's how well we are prepared within each cell on how to deal and deactivate that oxidative stress is how well we're going to do. Some people, you know, they're good with their nutrition. They're good with, they live in a healthy, clean environment. You know, other people live in the city. It's polluted. Just by breathing, we're breathing in all unhealthy air. You know, some people exercise too much or not enough. So you know, it's all about lifestyle as well, I think. So, you know, but you have a good point there.
Christina, would it be fair to say we can say Nrf1 is for optimal energy levels and Nrf2 is for optimal antioxidant levels? Is that a basic statement that is fair to say?
I don't think you can say optimum, but you can say enhances.
Enhanced, okay.
Yes.
So enhanced,
enhanced, support, you know, those words. But you can't say optimum because we don't know what the optimum is. Because everybody.
The one free claim we can make for Australia Nrf2 is Protandim is a daily dietary supplement that combats free radicals. So we can talk about combating free radicals and enhancing energy. Per piece certification, that's all we can say.
Okay.
It's all in your back office. You should have all that in your back office.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Any content on the website, any downloadable material are all TGA compliant. It's been reviewed by regulatory and legal. So you can say and pull any of the information from the website and it will be accurate for Australia market.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anna. That's very important for everyone to be clear on, is that anything that is on our website is okay to share and use, and there's a lot of resources there. I think we should get moving.
Department, so, and compliance, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Christina, I think we'll get moving because I know that I think you've got some questions there that we've sent in for you guys to answer. And I'll just start off with that. So many people, and I get this feedback a lot, they believe that they don't really need Nrf1 on a daily basis. So we know a lot of our distributors are only taking the Nrf2 and others maybe the ProBio. What would you say to people the importance of taking the two, and is it fine to take the two together every day? A lot of people get concerned about the timing of the products.
Well, some of the effects of Nrf1 is that some people get sleepy. From anecdotal responses, we've seen that some of the side effects are people get sleepy taking Nrf1. So we recommend them to take Nrf1 at night before you go to bed, and Nrf2 in the morning with your breakfast. But it's okay to take them both. If you really have an issue thinking or remembering when to take your supplements, just take them all at once. At least then you know you have them in your body and you've taken them. Otherwise, I would, you know, we've changed a little bit of our thinking about this. You can take them all at the same time. If you want to split them up within, you know, an hour or two from each other, that's fine too. But I would, you know, as long as you get them into yourself, that's fine. You know, there's really no right or wrong answer on when to take them. It all depends on, you know, if you're a night person and you get up at, if I say take them first thing in the morning and somebody is a night owl and they sleep till 12, right? So I would say just take them with your morning routine. And if Nrf1 doesn't give you any side effects on the sleepiness, then take them all together.
I take all of mine at once.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have to say that I was on the Nrf2 for about 6 months, maybe no more than that, probably 7 months before we launched Nrf1. And I remember the very first day that I took the Nrf1 and I had so much energy. I literally, it was like 4 espressos. I was running around my house and I'm like, I've never taken speed, but I bet this is what it's like. It actually boosted my energy in a noticeable way. So I have thinking when sleepy. For me, it's the opposite. I don't know if they've changed their stance, but Dr. Chevreau did originally tell us at the launch that she recommends taking the Nrf1 on an empty stomach, because you can. And then at least a half an hour later with food, take the Nrf2, your probio and everything. But I think that, you know, trial and error, just take it as.
Because some people get sleepy on it from the anecdotal, you know, so you want to take it, the other stuff then. So just take Nrf2 at night. And you may even, we have done studies that it does improve your sleep. It does improve your dreaming. You have more vivid dreams and you have a more restful sleep. We have actually found that in our human studies. So, you know, absolutely.
Thank you, Christina. I think you might have a pile of questions there that we've sent in for you. If you would kindly address those.
Okay, so the first one is, why is Nrf1 formulated in 2 capsules? Why not in a tablet like Nrf2? So we have found that people get pill fatigued. So we split out, and capsules are actually a little easier to swallow than a big tablet. So in order to not make a horse capsule, we split it up into 2 smaller capsules. And that's really number 2 as well. Why is Nrf1 delivered in a caplet, not a tablet? So it's just, you know, people take a lot of supplements that are in this business. So it's just a different way of delivering the same things. And as well, we have less excipients. It's a little cleaner formula. Nrf2 was developed before all of us even started, in a way. And tablets are much cheaper to make. But at the same time, you're using a lot of excipients. So we just, you know, Dr. Chevreau just thought it was easier to make a caplet, you know, a capsule out of it. So why has LifeVantage decided to go with at least 3 different formulas for Nrf1? Well, that all has to do with regulatory aspects of every country, because there is not one formula for the whole world because of different regulatory aspects of, like Japan FDA or Europe FDA, EFSA, or Australia TGA, right? So they only allow certain types of and amounts as well. So we have to follow those regulations. And that's why we would have nothing more than, we would love to have nothing more than one formula for the whole world. You know, and that's what we try to do. But due to regulatory aspects, we have to change it so that it fits the market. Any questions on that?
Christina, may I ask, I've heard rumors that the black pepper, is that the Protandim? I forget which one it is now, is more effective. So when you have these different products, even with the ProBio and different formulas, is one more effective than the other, or are they all similar?
They're all very similar. We have studied all of them. We're testing all of them. And we're testing them against our flagship, the US formula, of course, and they're all very similar in efficacy. That's for sure. You can guarantee, we guarantee that. You know, so, and certain countries just, we have to add maybe black pepper and the black pepper extract that we want to use in one country has to be different in the other country, or quercetin has to be from a certain source, or it can be, it has to be from another source in another country. So we all have to follow the regulatory aspect, and we test all the formulas to make sure that they're as effective. Yeah. How will a body of scientific papers build up for Nrf1 like it has for Nrf2 with 3 formula? Again, Nrf1, just from the way it works in the mitochondria and the way you measure respiration is very, very tricky. And there's only certain machines that can do that. And we're working with the university on testing all our formulas for respiration and the results of that aspect of the different formulas. It's very hard since there's only so few machines available to get onto the machine. With that, I mean for the university to test our products. So it takes a long, long time because the queue is very long to get onto these machines. But we're testing all of them, and we're in the process that I just talked to our university, and they're saying they're ready to start our second aspect of our testing. So it is being tested. It just takes much, much longer than the Nrf2. And Nrf2, granted, it has, what, 10 years of research behind it? So, but, you know, there are plenty of published papers out there of what Nrf1 does. We have proof that it actually activates Nrf1. You know, and we do test combinations with Nrf2 for the specific markets with the right formulas. It just takes a long time. And trying to publish anything can take 2 years to get it published as well. So first we need to get the research results, analyze the research results, and then we need to write the paper and publish it, and that could take another 3 years to get it into a respectable journal. So for Nrf1, it will take a long time.
Christina, somebody's just popped in the chat and said, is it okay to take Protandim Nrf1 long term and even Nrf2? Is there any damage to the body if you stay on them for like the rest of your life?
So we have 10 years of safety data for Nrf2, and we have no concerns with Nrf2 whatsoever. And we are pretty confident with Nrf1 as well. We don't have the years of research or you know, the continuous years for Nrf1, but we have not seen any safety concerns whatsoever. We do toxicology studies, you know, in cells just to see how it works, if there is any toxicology issues. So we're very confident, you know, that it's not toxic and that you can use it for long term. Susan, what study did you mean?
Probably the Nrf1 study that you just mentioned. Most studies are done on mice, right?
So we've done Nrf1 in both humans and in vitro. We don't do any animal studies on our products. So, and we do have human studies, yes. We are in the process of writing everything up, and then it's a company decision whether we want to publish it or not. So
that would be fantastic, Christina, because we so often get that question and objection that the products are all tested on mice. People want to see more human studies. So this is on Protandim Nrf2. So if we could get a compilation of those studies, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, I have to run that through Kevin's group, of course, and see what we can share. But yes, we have a compilation of all that, but I just have to have the legal team review it and see if it's okay to share.
Absolutely. What other side effects have you seen on Nrf1? Have you seen stuff like reflux or headaches or?
No, I've seen maybe some headaches due to the detox, but then that goes away fairly quickly. But I haven't heard any reflux or any of that sort.
And what about pregnancy, breastfeeding moms or pregnant moms? Can they use it?
I can't comment on any of that because we haven't studied that in any of those,
Sure.
you know, so I really can't comment on any of that. So, you know.
Christina, also, sorry, Pammy, I just, do you want to go, Pammy?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, what if I'm a person who's already high energy, Christina? Would there still be a need to take the Nrf1?
Absolutely. If you're high energy, you're going to be producing a lot of ROS, a lot of oxidative species. So because you're always on the go, correct? So it will help you. You may not feel it initially, but I do think that it will level you out more than, you know, and when you're high energy, if you mean you're always on the go, 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 or your brain is going 5,000 directions, or, you know, I think it will make you be more focused, you know, and more, I don't want to call it scatterbrained, but, you know, so.
Christina, is there any time that somebody should not be on Nrf1? So any kind of medications? I know the TGA in Australia says if you're on blood thinners, not to go on
Yes.
Nrf1.
So
Is there any other times somebody should not be on it?
No, we haven't seen any. We've done our research for all the ingredients, so we haven't seen any counterindications. And the reason we have to say blood thinners on TGA, I believe it was the quercetin, because we're in there, and anything that has quercetin, you know, I think I don't remember if it was quercetin or coenzyme Q. That I don't remember. It was one of them, and that's why they required us to put it on the label.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
not that it's, you know, but they required us to put it on the label because of
If
that.
somebody only wanted to take one capsule a day instead of 2, would that be as effective?
We've only studied the 2 capsule dosage, so I don't know. But if you have concerns, start with 1 capsule and work your way into 2.
Okay.
Team, I think
Awesome.
we have a lot of questions still coming through, and thank you so much. It's fantastic that everyone's asking so many things, and it's so important that we answer all your questions. And so, you know, we'll have a collation of those questions after the call, and we will aim to get those shared with you later on as well, so that we make sure that we have everything that we need for all of you, so you clearly understand what Nrf1 is, the benefits of Nrf1, and importantly, how to promote and sell it in your business. Christina, I think we might wrap you up there. I know we could talk for hours. Everyone is so intrigued and interested. If it's okay, though, I'd like to hand over to Tara Wilson to carry on the conversation and also assist us in how do we promote Nrf1 for our business, and also how do we upsell Nrf1. So thank you, Anna and Christina, for being here, and the great knowledge that you've shared this morning. I hope you'll hang around till the end of the call. Tara, are you there?
So send questions. The best way to send questions through productquestions@lifevantage.com, and then we can answer them in a timely manner. If you have any questions, and I'll answer the questions that you sent. I'll put a compilation together of those 20 questions. And then if you have any more of that, then just send them to productquestions@lifevantage.com, and we'll answer them.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Okay.
Christina. Tara, are you there?
I'm here.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure. Very exciting for you guys. This was a big boost in our business. I think it, I don't know, Pam, if you have any of the stats of where it is positioning in our product line, but it's pretty significant. I think it's the #2 seller in the US, correct? Yeah. So this, you guys have a really big chance of, you know, doubling your business. I want you to think about your current business, and then think about if you got everybody that's currently ordering right now to add this on, you would probably, you know, at least 50 to 90% your business growth, right? So I just want to speak to you guys in any product launch. We're network marketers, and I know Christine and you guys did a great job, and it's still even a little over my head. You know, I just know that it helps energy production, and it's very relevant for overall health and all of our core systems. But it's our responsibility as marketers to understand it. It's not okay to say, I'm not a science person. When you're working with a biotech company, the more you learn, the more value you're going to have for your customers, for your distributors, for your team, for your prospects. And this is what we do. I like to use the analogy. I have a lot of friends in the US that are pharmaceutical reps, which pays a really good salary. I mean, some of them make about $250,000 a year. And they might sell 1 to 3 drugs. They've got two 800-page binders that they have to read. And then they have to spend 2 full weeks for 80 hours learning before they're allowed to talk to one doctor, because I mean, obviously a doctor is harder to talk to and they have to know how to pitch it, right? Well, if you don't understand your products, you'll not understand the benefits. Why would you even talk about it? So it's really important to get behind every product. I really have confidence that LifeVantage only puts out the best, and the science is thorough, the research is thorough. We are always putting out things that are clean, they're relevant, they're significant, and they work. And there's a lot of science. They're getting benefits to people, right? They're going to make big differences in people's health by biohacking, right? So study the science, learn the benefits, learn what you can say, what you can't say. I imagine that pretty soon you guys will have all the information in your back office. You'll have a website. Go and learn it. Don't wait for your leaders to learn it and teach it. Take advantage of this launch and really get behind it. There's not so much information that it'll be overwhelming, right? And when we launch a product, we share with our friends, we share with our family, we post on social media, we tease it, we go all in, right? You have to get behind it. It's not whether it works for you or not, whether you like it or not. I mean, and this is across the board. Like I always tell people, this is a great analogy, is you have hair care. There's bald people that can still sell hair care. There are thin people that can still sell weight loss, right? It's a business. Even if you don't love any of the products or one of the products, it's okay, because what you have to look at it is there a market for it? Are people benefiting from it? Is this going to make a difference, right? So really, if you get behind it and learn the science, learn the benefits, I mean, this is just my take, but when I join any company or any product launch, I immerse myself. Tony Robbins said the best way to learn, and we learned all of our lives this way, is immersion, right? You don't see a baby start to walk. Once they start to try to walk, they never take a day off. They don't start falling and go like, walking's not for me. They never take a day off, right? They do it until they get it. So learning the product, I would recommend Googling the ingredients, right? CoQ10 is very important in your cells. It's extraordinarily important in your cells, and it's good to be taking it, especially, like I said, if you're over the age of 40 or you're taking statins. But learn the benefits, go and do your own research. Google mitochondria, Google health, and give yourself an education. That 4 or 5 hours of research, an hour a night or whatever it is, will be massive in your belief, in your posture, in your ability to intelligently, have a conversation with people, and in your ability to train people, right? New product launches will drive sales, they'll drive volume, they'll drive ranks, they're going to drive testimonies, they drive belief, they drive conviction. And again, like I said, most of you guys could probably grow your business by 50 or more %, because, still a lot of people are on the Nrf2 alone. So you can at least double it, because they're both extraordinarily significant and they work together, because Nrf2 is cleaning up the mess from Nrf1 or for the mitochondria. The mitochondria now also does have its own antioxidants. It does produce some of these antioxidants like superoxide dismutase and glutathione, etc. However, they do work in tandem. I like to call it the 1-2 punch against aging. So anytime we have a product launch, it is a 3-step process. Number 1, win back the old. So I want you to write, this is our strategy. Win back the old. Pull your past customers. This is another way to communicate with them, to touch them. Pull your current customers, right? Pull your past distributors. Send them a text. Send them a voice memo. Tag them in a post. Call them. Ask for referrals. So if you understand the benefits of this product and what kind of people would be, I think everyone kind of needs it overall, but you might be able to think about who would actually need it, right? Win back people to relaunch their business. You know, we've got another pro tandem, you know, we've just doubled our biohacking ability. The second strategy is upsell the current. Take a time to thank all of your current customers for their loyalty. Now, everyone needs to take care of their own customers, so don't go into your teams if someone has quit or someone is on vacation or whatever. Ask them if they can help, but make sure that there is no customer. How many customers are active in the Australia right now, Pam?
We have around 7,000 customers, actually 7,500 customers.
So 7,000 times 40 PV is 280,000. That would literally almost double your market. It would at least grow it by about 50 or 60%, right? That's significant,
Absolutely.
You guys. I want you to really think about that. And like I said, it's the number 2 seller because it's the 1-2 punch against aging. It's really giving you optimal biohacking, right? And if you understand that, you'll know why everyone should add it on. Because if someone's already got the foot in the door to want to have a longer, healthier life, this is going to be a great conversation. Thank your customers for the business. Ask them if they'd like to try it, right? Maybe run your own little fun promotions. And the third strategy is acquire the new, right? This can be another way to contact people. Who's remake your list? Who's been on the fence? Who's seen the video and hasn't joined? Who have you never approached? You know, who has been sitting on the fence and you just want another reason to talk about it? Say, hey, we've got something exciting. We just launched our second Pro Tandem, another NRF, you know, the Nrf1, which works on one of the most significant causes of aging and disease. So I would take it to social media. Again, follow the guidelines here. I think they're a little different. So when you guys do have all the information from corporate, I know it will all be compliant. So all your websites will have all the information. Stick to what's on your websites. Don't put a name of disease, right? I think you can say brain health, but you can't say Alzheimer's. At least we can here. You can say heart health, but you can't say, you know, heart disease. You can say like your liver. I mean, there's thousands of functions of your liver. This helps. I would just say that mitochondria is denser in the most important systems in your body. So it's important to keep the most important systems of your body running. Create excitement on social media, play team, create curiosity, educate people. What is our product going to do for you? So learn the features, learn the benefits, maybe offer incentives. It's a whole new category, and talk about the success that it's having in the other markets. Maybe go into my LifeVantage story or your team groups and look for people who have had different testimonies since they've started taking it, because we've had it now for, gosh, a little over 3 years. I think it was May of 2016. And, you know, just have conversations. Make sure that every distributor on your team, so grab your teams, make sure that when you get all the information, PowerPoints, et cetera, that you jump on a Zoom and you educate. But I really do have to say that I highly recommend that you educate yourself. Knowledge is power, but knowledge in action is really power. That's superpower, right? And so if it was important enough for us to develop a new product, it's important enough to understand why we did it and what the long-term benefits for. And as a marketer, you get behind the products. You learn the products, you share the products. This is a really big opportunity, you guys, to go even just to your current customers. I guarantee if you learn it and you have conversations with them, you probably will sell so much. Is it officially there yet, or is it just launching?
Tara, we've launched for well over 6 months. What we're doing right now, though, is we're sort of looking at it. Well, this is Nrf1 Education Month, and we're looking at relaunching because we believe that we truly haven't captured the power of Nrf1 in Australia right now, and we really want to take it to the next level, especially now that we have our dual synergizer bundle, and we have our activated essentials, which is the Nrf1 and 2 and Pro Bio, the powerful trio. You get free shipping with that. So, you know, how can we encourage our leaders and then our teams across Australia to understand the importance of being on that activated essentials power pack?
Absolutely. And I want to share a story with you because I think people, for whatever reason, especially when it's friends and families, are afraid to upsell their friends, their family, and their customers. And there's a story about a gentleman who worked in a really high-end clothing store. It was like suits and stuff. And a guy came in, and the owner was in the back just kind of watching, and the salesperson started, getting all this stuff. What do you want? Okay. And then he said, okay, let's go ring you up. And he sold $1,100 worth of stuff. And the owner came out and he's like, wow, wasn't that a great sell? He said, why did you end the sell? He said, what do you mean? He goes, you did everything you suggested, he bought everything. But you decided, because it got too scary in your mind for a price tag, that you were going to stop him. Why didn't you continue, to suggest things? Why didn't you let the customer end the sell? And so what I always tell people is, a lot of our time we're only leading with the Nrf2 because it is unique, because it is great, because I have studies. But I find that the people, I watch these trends over and over again. The people that talk about the Vitality Stack sell the Vitality Stack. The people that talk about the Activate Essentials sell the Activate Essentials. Your customer doesn't know what they don't know. So just our job as marketers is to know all the products, explain all of them. I've seen $700 sales at a home meeting. They're like, what else do you have? We're like, we have skincare. And we explained all the products and what they did. We're like, who else in your family wants health? Oh, you got to get it for your husband. You have a teenager, get him the Axio. I've literally seen people spend 4, 5, 6 and bought every one of our products. And so I think the mindset is, if you really know it's going to benefit people, it is your job to make sure everyone knows about it. Don't think it's out of someone's price range. That is that's the best thing we have in our life, is our health. Health is wealth. And so if you get behind it, every one of you should be using it. Every one of you should have stories. Every one of you guys should be talking about it every single place you go. And if you do, I promise you, you're going to have higher sales. If you talk about the importance of really tackling the most significant parts of aging, oxidative stress, mitochondrial health, gut health, right? With the probiotic, the gut health is so important. That's one of the main problems. You can't go on Dr. Oz or Facebook or any Google anything about health and not see how important gut health is, right? A healthy gut is a healthy body. An unhealthy gut is an unhealthy body. And it's our responsibility to say, hey, for $190 a month for the free shipping, you can really be tackling 3 of the most significant parts of your longevity. How great is that, right? And, people like here today, it's, because the translation of the money, it's $5 a day here. That's literally a Starbucks, right? And so a lot of people get like caught up in their own, how they feel about money. That's not our job. Our job is to explain what this can do for them, what this can do for their families, what this can do for their overall health, and let them make the decision.
I love that comment. Activated essentials, the 3 most significant parts of your longevity. Write that down, team. I think that's a really important statement, and it's great for us to have those sort of taglines that just sort of drop out when you're sharing with people, because we know that people just want to, we have so many people that they're not sick, they're just not well, they're not feeling great, and this is where we have the solution. And people want to live longer and die shorter. And so, having these 3 significant pieces to support people with their journey of longevity is so important. And Tara, in a nutshell, how would you describe, if you were talking just to, a mum down at a cafe, how would you describe Nrf1 and ProBio actually together?
Oh yeah, I have to say, over time, we start getting more tired. We don't recover as fast. We start breaking down. The signs of aging start, right? And one of the main causes of that is your mitochondria. Your energy production starts to slow down because the damage it's had for decades. If you want more energy to do the things that you need to do, plus keep your body running optimally, you're going to heal faster. You're going to recover faster from illness. You're going to, not have as much breaking down of your overall systems is, for like I tell every mom, you need Nrf1 because this is going to give you energy. This is going to reboot the energy plant in your body. If they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, so ask people, are you still feeling sluggish? Now, a lot of people did feel it. Like I said, I had the great honor to be on the Nrf2 by itself for 7 months. And I notice a significant amount of energy. You're right. I have heard some people that it makes them sleepy, that we just take it at night. But for me, when I take it, I literally can feel it within an hour. Like I can literally feel it. It's like I can't believe there's not a stimulant in there. It's almost more effective than Axio for me. Nrf1 and Axio, and I'm like cleaning my house, right? But what I just tell people is you've got to keep the power on. And all systems rely on the power. You've got to keep the power on. These are little organisms. They're little bacteria, and they have their own little thing. And if you don't take care of them, they can't take care of you. And they take really good care of us. I strongly urge you guys to go do some research on mitochondria. There's some really simplified explanations on some websites. I found one, I'll post it in the chat in a little while, but like really understand it. Like CoQ10 is, and alpha lipoic acid are two things that cardiologists here in the United States commonly prescribe to heart patients, right? Because it is so significant. So again, like know all the ingredients, but I just tell people, hey, you want optimal energy for now and the rest of your life, you've got to protect your power plants. You've got to keep them safe. And this is what keeps them safe. It helps them from damage. It helps them from to communicate better, repairs them, and helps them grow more of them because they will die off over time. And ask people if you're sluggish, if you're tired, if you're just, that one of the main reasons is the mitochondria. Well, how many do you think we have? Well, we have 37 trillion cells, and ovaries have 100,000, liver cells have 2,000, brain cells have like tens of thousands. You can Google that, but we probably have decillions of them, and probably like more than you can imagine. 37 trillion times even 100,000. What is that? Like 6 trillion, septillion, octillion.
Get your calculators out, people.
Yeah, I don't even think it'll go on your calculator. It's going to say error.
Tara, when you're sharing about Nrf1 and 2 and taking them together and so forth, do you ever explain to people about when to take it, or do you just let them go by what's on directed on the bottle? Do you think it's important to be, I know I get a lot of feedback, people are, a lot of questions around concerns, and we did cover that with Christina. I just wanted your opinion as well. Do you think it's important, or do you just sort of share, just get it in you?
Well, when my personal customers ask, I do tell them to take it in the morning on an empty stomach and then take your Nrf2 with food. A lot of people can take the Nrf2 without food. I can't, but I also can't take a multivitamin. Like when I was pregnant and taking prenatal vitamins, if I took it without, I would throw up. I can't, my body's not like that. But there are some people who are allergic to one of the ingredients in the Nrf2. Maybe it's like milk thistle or green tea or whatever. There are people that can't take it for caffeine reasons. And a lot of people thought that because the Nrf1 is increasing the mitochondrial health, which is increasing the production, which is also increasing the output of free radicals, that it wouldn't be safe to take it alone, and that has been debunked. You can take it alone because mitochondria, again, do actually have their own antioxidants that they release. So the healthier they are, they'll release free radicals. They will also release more antioxidants. So you can take them, but it is more powerful for oxidative stress and, of course, everything else to take them together. And then the probiotic, again, you know why it's different, know why it stands out, understand, go to BioTrack, Google BioTrack, go to the website that created it, understand what it does, the slow release and the significance of getting it into the intestines, that, it's 1,500% more effective than the average probiotic in the market. Understand that, because people I used to spend $40, if that's what it costs here, for probiotics. So I'm not spending more, I'm getting a better one, because I was taking capsules, which now I know was churned up in the stomach, right? Now I know I wasn't getting results from them. And understand, why it's better. And then it helps you feel full, and it helps you to repair your gut. Because a lot of times people will go to lose weight and they're like, gosh, I'm eating healthy, I'm having salads and water, and I'm not losing weight. Some of the time is because your gut is so unhealthy that you're actually not absorbing nutrients. So your body keeps saying, keep feeding me because I'm not getting it. And so microbiome is so important. I don't think you should even take, someone said, how much can you take in a day? I don't know. I would just take 2. I don't think there's any reason to take more than 2. However, if someone does have a need for because they've had a malfunction of heart or, brain or whatever, could you take more? Yeah, more CoQ10 is good. More alpha, more alpha lipoic acid is good. What is my elevator pitch for active essentials? Well, I'm so used to the vitality stack. I call it our core four, but you guys don't have the omega yet. But like I
We'll
said,
get that early next year, all going well. Very exciting.
I use the car analogy. I said, there's a lot of things that are going on in your body that are making a significant impact on your overall health. One of those is oxidative stress. One of those is mitochondrial dysfunction. And one of those is an unhealthy gut. And when your gut is unhealthy, it is literally impossible to be healthy. You have to repair your gut. And so these three are going to really make a significant impact, short-term and preventative. I know we can't say preventative, but in long-term overall health, they are three things that will make a significant difference in your body if you keep using them. If you keep your mitochondria health, you keep your oxidative stress down, and you keep your gut healthy, you are going to be so much ahead of the people that are not. And you got to be careful because we can't say we treat, mitigate, or,
Absolutely. I think one more question, Tara, and then we might finish up. We've been on for an hour. I know so many of you have so many questions. This is just such a fantastic call. Okay.
Tara, how do you overcome the money objection? Because that seems to be the biggest one we have is, people say, I can't afford all of that.
You definitely don't want to make them feel bad for that, because if they say that, it's real to them. It just depends. If it's somebody that's really healthy and has no health issues, it's kind of hard to say, well, isn't your health? But for me, I just say there's nothing that is going to be more significant in my life than how long and well I live my life, right? If I'm 60 and I'm sick, that's no fun, right? I want to not live a longer life. I want to live a longer, healthier life. And I will do whatever. Here's the thing. This is what drives me crazy. Nails, right? Now I can afford nails, so I get them, but for a long time I didn't do it. Nails in the United States is about probably $100 a month on average. That's just a little bit less than the activated essentials. So it's at least a duo pack, right? People will literally spend $100 a month for 40 years on toes and nails. And at the end of spending $1,200 a year times 40, $48,000, all they have is the freshest coat of paint, right? So why would you paint your nails if your body was breaking down? It is breaking down. Our environment has changed. We live in a toxic world today, which we didn't have 300 years ago. Your body is breaking down. You're going to get wrinkles if you don't, you're going to get disease. You're going to get wrinkles. Every single person that lives will get Alzheimer's, but most of the time people don't live long enough to get it. They die from something else, right? Our body is meant to break down. We were not meant to be invincible. I think we're probably designed to be between 100 and 150 years, because your glutathione decreases 1% every year, right? When glutathione runs out, lights are out. It's the number one way that doctors know that a patient's dying is their glutathione is gone. So, we have to have the cycle of life, but I just tell people, what's more important, right? How great do you look when you drop dead at 70 or 60? You know what I mean? Don't enjoy that. You know what I mean? So it's just getting people to say, what's important to you? You know what I mean? Is nails more important to than your overall health? And it's not making people feel bad or guilty if someone feels great about having great hair and nails or whatever. Yeah, $6 a day. That's nothing. People blow $6 a day on, that's one nice dinner out. One nice dinner out, right? If people say, they want to look better, they want to feel better, they live longer, and they're not willing to invest in it, there's not much you can do but just talk to them and just say, hey, you know what is your goals in life, right? How long do you want to live? What do you want to be like when you're a parent, a grandparent? You know what I mean? If you don't have quality of life and health, you have nothing. And that I tell people, if you make a decision and commit to something, you'll find a way. If not, if it's important to you, you'll find a way. You'll find $6 a day, right? You can look at your budget. Did you really need that new shirt, right? Did you really need new nails? Did you really need, that trip to the whatever. So I just asking people, if it's important to you, you'll find a way. So that's again why we go back to marketing, is we've got to really create the need. You know what I mean? Like, oxidative stress is killing you. You know, mitochondrial dysfunction is killing you. This is what's killing you. These are the things that are killing you. This is the things that are leading to disease. These are the things. And our company has found a way to biohack in to help you. And so take advantage of technology before it's too late, right? So I always tell that, yeah, dig the well before you're thirsty, right? Don't
Tara,
wait till you're.
I think we could listen to you for the next hour, and we'd love to. Thank you. I think you've made some really strong statements and helped us all to clearly understand how to better promote our products and the importance of our products. Wow. How many people can we help? How many people are you not out there helping right now who need our products? And so I believe from this call, we've got a good understanding of the science behind Nrf1, what is Nrf1, and how to effectively promote Nrf1 within your business. And I trust all of you on this call today are on your activated essentials. So important. As Tara said, keep the power on. I love that. And activated essentials, once again, the 3 most significant parts of your longevity. That's excellent points. Tara, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate your time very much and your support of our Australian market. Christina and Anna, thank you so much for being with us today and imparting some incredible knowledge. And guys, remember your resources, product questions at lifevantage.com. Send your questions there. Before we finish, let me just see if I can quickly, if some of you have got time, I just want to end with our incredible promotion that we have for the month of July, on top of our top 3 Nrf1 sellers for July, who the winner will receive 6 months free product, second will get 4 months, and third will get 2 months of free Nrf1. We also have a monthly promotion for July, and we will continue these over the next 6 months. So if you create 3 new customers who buy product sales totaling 105 PV, you will earn $50 Australian as a credit towards Leadership Academy February 1 and 2, 2020. Wow, that sounds crazy. On the Gold Coast, beautiful surfers paradise will be at the Novotel Hotel. And for our winners of our incentive, and all the details are on our social media, guys. Check out all the details of our great incentive driving to Leadership Academy. It's all there for you. We want you to earn as many dollars as you can in the upcoming months, so that this helps support your transport and lodging to come along to this incredible event that we're going to have over a couple of days. For those of you that qualify for our incentive, you will be coming in a day early on January 31 to do an exclusive training with our visiting executives. We'll have Darren Jensen, our CEO, joining us. Our Cortland Pearson will be with us. We'll also have some other exciting guests that aren't announced yet. And we will also have joining us the incredible Grace Howe, who is one of the founders of the Direct World Selling Alliance, and she's going to do some incredible coaching sessions with us. So this is going to be action-packed, team. Make sure you're already thinking about now how to get yourself and your teams qualified to achieve all the incredible dollars and exclusive events with our Leadership Academy. So let's wrap it up for this morning. Thank you so much for all being on. It's been a long call. It's been a very valuable call. My apologies to those of you who had teams that couldn't jump on this morning. Our room size was only 100. We're just growing so fast that I promise you our next meeting, I'll have a 500 room so that you can get everybody on the call. And we'll share the recording later today sometime, most likely on our Facebook Australia page. So thank you all for joining. Enjoy your Friday, as some of you call it, and we'll be seeing you really soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Pam. Bye.
Bye, guys.